My skin is thicker than it looks. How about that? How about that? That's all I got to say about that. Otherwise, the chip might explode if I talk too much about Martha. I lost 65 pounds, and I have now kept it off for 4 years. Yay! Hell yeah!
So Good and Good For You is my real-life approach to personal and professional development, initiated by my experiences with weight loss and body image. And it's all built on the fact that if you are doing what is good and good for you, more often than not, you're heading in the right direction.
So I won a James Beard Award. Julia would go to these big foodie dinners. It was like if the Pope walked out in the middle of St. Peter's Square. Like everybody wanted to touch her, everybody wanted to talk to her, everybody wanted a piece, right? So my friend was like, go say hey, go say hey. I'm like, no, I don't want to bother her. I don't want to do this. I don't want to interrupt her. And so I didn't. And then towards the end of the meal, I saw that there was a little bit of a lull in the throngs of fans like surrounding her. And I went up to Julia and I said, hey Julia, it's Virginia. It's Anne's Virginia. We were together at the Greenbrier. Like I tried to give her all the clues, right? Because she used to meet so many people and all the people. And she sort of looked at me sort of quizzically and sat up straight in her chair and she goes, well, I know who you are. I was wondering why you hadn't come over to say hello.
I'm asked quite a bit about Chopped. And I will tell you this, the first thing that I pulled out of my basket was lamb balls. And by lamb balls, I do not mean ground lamb in the shape of a ball.
Like when you're at the end of the rope, you've got two choices. You let go, which is where I found myself a couple years ago, not knowing why I existed. You can either let go or start climbing.
I realized two things. The first of which is that it's about health gain, not weight loss. And then the second piece that I realized during the process was the same techniques of tracking and accountability that we use for weight loss and body physical improvement can be applied to other areas of your life.
No one's going to find their happiness in a number between your toes, whether it's too high or too low or whatever. Happiness is not found there.
I was overweight, I was unhappy, I was drinking too much, drinking too often, and more than anything, I didn't feel like I was enough.
That's me. Who else is a type A in this room? I imagine quite a few of us, right? My relationship has ended. I'm no longer in my home. My career has been put into a Cuisinart. Right? Everything is just a mess.
I live in a townhome in Atlanta, and I was not able some days to walk to the second floor of my home.
Martha Stewart called everybody that worked for the television show into what's called the bullpen at one point, and basically said, if you are not A+, 100%, all the time, you need to walk out the door right now. Put a pork chop in the pan, and you turn the heat on high, the pork chop will burn. But if you put the pork chop in a pan with another pork chop, they will feed off of fat from one another. My firm and sincere belief is that if a French-trained Southern chef can change her health and change her life, then you can too.